Happy Remembrance Day to all our Canadian, Irish, and UK Harkeners. And happy Veterans Day to all our US Harkeners. And welcome to the Harkening Deer podcast, where we use contemplative, spiritual practice and technology to gather together, not in proximity or time, but together in spirit and meditate in unity. Please don't forget to subscribe, give a star rating, and write a review for this podcast. The Harkening Deer is a free podcast. However, if you value this podcast, I invite you to consider supporting it with a $1 or $2 a month donation by going to patreon.com/harkeningdeer or by clicking the link in the show notes. And now, let us begin our meditation with our FARMS, which is an acronym for Facilitation of Accommodating Recommendations for Meditation. Farm number 1, no judgment. In a world so consumed with productivity, we often quantify the worth of our time spent with what we have gotten accomplished. Meditation, however, is the antithesis of this mentality. Meditation is a time to be contemplative and refreshed, and there is no wrong way to do it. No judgment of self or others. Farm number 2, be still. The second farm is like the first. We live busy lives, but it is important to take time out on at least a semi-regular basis to be still and focus. And so I encourage you, wherever you are, unless you are driving, to close your eyes. I have been informed that sometimes people like to listen to the Harkening Deer podcast while driving, as it relaxes them and lowers their propensity to become angry on the road. If this is the case for you, and you do feel the need to close your eyes, I encourage you to pull to the side of the road first. I would also encourage you to listen to the podcast again later at a less distracting time. For those of us who are not driving, get comfortable in a position you can remain in for a few minutes with as little movement as possible. Be still. Farm 3. Embrace a heart and mindset of peace, of joy, and of love. If any negative thought or feeling pops into your head while we are meditating, simply recognize it and let it go. I encourage you to embrace a heart and mindset of peace and loving kindness. And let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, to which indeed you are called in one body, and be thankful. I do not choose this passage to be subversive at a time typically set aside to honor veterans. I am grateful to those who have gone before me, sacrificed themselves, and fought for the freedom I now enjoy. And neither do I choose a message of peace for today's meditation lightly. Rather, I choose to honor our veterans with this message of peace, because I believe the only way to be for the soldier is to be for peace. Let peace rule our hearts. May we embrace our calling into unity. May we embrace our calling into unity. Let peace rule our hearts. Let peace rule our hearts.